Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to this powerful global community. To the visionary leaders, advocates, survivors, and change makers joining us today from across the continents, I greet you. My name is Chido Maxine Mandizvidza, a woman empowerment advocate, humanitarian, writer, and global speaker from Harare, Zimbabwe. It is both an honor and a responsibility to speak with you today through the impactful platform which is the Women Ascension Fellowship. The Women Ascension Fellowship is more than a platform. It's a movement, a global sisterhood committed to elevating women's voices, fostering leadership, and creating spaces where women are not only seen and heard, but truly valued. Under the visionary leadership of its founder, the esteemed Dr. Maheen, this fellowship has remained intentional in the way that it directs itself and unwavering in its mission, especially in the championing of justice for all women across the world. My topic will be titled From Silence to Justice, a call to protect, restore, and empower. This is because justice is not optional, it is foundational. This international conference series reflects a commitment, a bold and necessary stand to confront inequalities, challenges broken systems, and pushes for real lasting change for women everywhere. To every woman listening, whether you're leading in boardrooms, organizing in your communities, or quietly fighting battles no one sees, this space is for you. Today, we are not just discussing justice, we're demanding it. Justice. This is a word we often hear, a word we write into policies, a word we celebrate in theory. But for millions of women and girls across the world, justice remains distant, delayed, and sometimes completely denied. And I say this not just as an advocate, but as someone who has listened to stories, stories that do not make headlines, stories that are whispered in fear, stories that are carried in silence. Women have experienced violence. Women have been told to stay quiet. Women have been failed by systems that were meant to protect them. And this is why I have decided to speak on this topic today, because a justice system that is inaccessible is not justice at all. Access to justice and legal protection should not be a luxury, it's a right. And yet, so many women face barriers such as high legal costs, lack of information, cultural stigma, fear of retaliation, and systems that are not survivor centered. In many communities, seeking justice can feel more dangerous than just staying silent. But silence should never be safer than speaking out. We must build systems where legal aid is affordable and accessible, courts are fair and efficient and unbiased. Survivors are not just re-traumatized, but are duly protected. Justice must not only exist, it must be reachable across the board. Ending violence against women and children. Violence against women and children is not just a social issue, it's a human rights violation. And ending it requires more than awareness campaigns. It requires action, enforcement, as well as accountability. We need stronger laws, but more importantly, we need laws that work. Because far too often, cases are dismissed, survivors are blamed, perpetrators walk scot free. And when this happens, we send a very dangerous message that violence has no consequences. We must end impunity. We must create systems where survivors are believed, perpetrators are held accountable, communities refuse to normalize abuse because justice delayed is not just justice denied, it is justice completely destroyed. Justice reform and legal enforcement. Reforming justice systems is not about rewriting laws alone. It is about transforming how they are applied. We must ask ourselves, are our legal systems truly inclusive? Do they protect the most vulnerable, or do they reinforce inequality? Ensuring laws are implemented effectively and without bias is very critical because justice should never be dependent on your gender, your income, your location, or your social status. Justice must be equal. Justice must be consistent. Justice must be human. Personal reflection and connection. In my journey as an advocate, I've come to understand that justice is deeply personal. Personal. It is not just about courtrooms and legislation. It is about dignity. It is about restoring the voices of women who have been silenced. It is about ensuring that a young girl grows up knowing that her life has value. It is about creating a world where women do not have to fight twice, once for survival and twice to be believed. I have seen the power of what happens when women are supported, when they are heard, when they are protected, and when they are empowered. They do not just heal, they rise, they ascend. So today I want to challenge all of us. What does justice look like in your community? Who still lacks access to it? And what role can you play in changing that? Because justice is not just the responsibility of governments alone. Justice is our responsibility. It is a collective responsibility. We must advocate for survivor centered systems, support organizations providing legal aid, hold institutions accountable, educate communities about rights and protections, and most importantly, we need to believe women. Because belief is where the core root of justice begins. As I conclude, I want to leave you with this. Justice is not just about correcting wrongs. It is about creating a future where they are no long where these wrongs no longer exist. A future where women are safe, girls are protected, and systems serve everyone equally. Let us move from silence to action, from awareness to accountability, from intention to impact. Because when women receive justice, they do not just reclaim their power, they redefine what power looks like. And until every woman can live free, safe, and heard, our work is not yet done. I thank you and thank you for taking your time to listen to this presentation. Good day.